So this is a 2017 Sonic 190 VRB travel trailer. Little tandem axle, no slide. Nice little trailer. Basic floor plan is a dinette, rear bathroom, double door fridge, so forth. Yeah, I've already started another project. And but what we're talking about today is the Murphy bed. So that's the Murphy bed. You got a sofa folds down flat, and then you've got the bed that folds down. The problem is the mattress sucks, and some of us like a better mattress than others. And so what we're going to do is going to take out this Murphy bed, and we're going to put in a Queen Island bed. First, I'm going to show you how the Murphy bed works. So to start with, on the Murphy bed, you just take the sofa, and it's kind of a jackknife affair, and you just flatten it out. Undo this. This folds down. Little bed support extender, and the mattress is normally stored in there, and you just fold it out flat. And that's the mattress sitting there. It's folds out, and as you can see, it's just like, well, actually 4 inches. Doesn't make for the most comfortable bed. Gives us versatility, but not gonna have fun during the day if you don't have a good sleep. Well, I've got the jackknife sofa out, and now I'm just taking the bed base out, and I can tell by the angle that screws in that this, as per normal trailer construction, they build inside and then they put on the walls. So because the angle that screw is in, there's no way I can get that driver on it. And so hopefully a hand screwdriver will do it. Unfortunately, it's that long. I've got the Murphy bed out of the way, and now I've got my blank slate. So I'm going to build a base for the bed right in here. And in that base, I'm going to build a kennel for Rosie, who's right now enjoying herself on the dinette, curled up in all the blankets. And the mattress, or the base I'm going to put in there, is going to be 72 inches for a 72-inch mattress, because from right there to the door is 71, so that will only protrude 1 inch into that area, so it'll be good room to walk in the door and around the dinette. And then if we want, we can add another piece of foam at the head of the bed, slide the mattress down, the pillows go on top of that, so it doesn't matter that just a piece of foam in there, and that way you get a little longer mattress and more comfort. So here we go with the building. Now we're done the destructing. I've made some good progress on the island bed here. Got everything out, of course, and I built the frame and got it installed. I've also got the top board, the bed base or mattress base cut. I've got some moldings to put on the edge so that it strengthens the edge, and if you bang into it, you're less likely to it to hurt, and when you're lifting it, you don't get rough plywood edges. But I'll show you what we've got here. So what I did is I built this section here, and it is 2 layers of plywood. As you can see, one goes all the way across and then butts up here, and then this one here on the other side goes all the way up and butts here, so that you don't have the joint in the same place. Makes it stronger, and everything is glued with lots of glue. That will
That lamination will make it very strong. Here, you can tell it's not moving. And then this section here, I'm going to widen this out. This is 3/8 inch plywood. I put this wider board on here, and it's notched out so that on the other side, it actually comes down farther. So that there is no wiggle in here, very solid. And then I glued this piece onto here, which is screwed into the floor. I used a pocket hole there to join these two together because it makes for a very strong joint. Use the pocket hole down there. Now, I didn't use a pocket hole here, and the reason being is I was worried that where the pocket hole is going to have to go, it'd just be too weak in here. So I didn't do that. That's why I did the bracket, but it's very solid. Odd thing I found, these two cabinets are 3/4 inch difference. So I measured the halfway point between this cabinet and this cabinet and centered the bed on that. Another little thing I did, I didn't video it at all because it wasn't very exciting. There wasn't much to it. You might have noticed in the background right there was the solar charge controller, and then there was they call it a remote control panel, because quite often you won't put the solar charge controller where you can access it. And this was in the way. It was ugly. It was too close to where you were going to bang it. That wasn't an attractive location. And now with the sofa there, you could reach it. Now with the bed, you'd have to crawl in the bed. So what I did is I just took the wires, pulled them back through that little hole there. And yeah, I got to do some finishing there. And it is now mounted right below here in the storage compartment. It's up nice and high where things won't bang into it. And then the remote control panel, or the control panel's remote, is right here. Not really usable space in the closet, and easy to get to and easy to see, but you don't have to look at the thing when you don't want to. So this is the base for the bed, or the mattress, and this is the board I was talking about. So it's going to fit on there like that. So if you reach down, you're going to have a nice smooth board to hold on to, and you're not going to be getting, because you can sand plywood all you want, you're still going to end up with some slivers. So I've got 3 boards cut, one for there, there, and there. And then there will be a full length piano hinge there, making it solid. And it's only 3/8. I used 3/8 there, and I used 3/8 there. 3/4 would have been stronger, but you keep adding weight, and it adds up pretty fast. The other thing is on the top of the bed, if you go to lift it, I want as little weight as possible. So that's why I use 3/8. If need be, I'll put some framing structure underneath there. But right now, I'm starting on the dog kennel, which is gonna go here, just kind of like I did in that other trailer. And once I've got that built in place, we'll put the top on here and then see where I need support and how much support I need. So I started building the door for the dog crate, dog kennel, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the height is dictated by this. I left a 1/4 inch gap top and bottom, and then the width, interior width of the dog crate is based on her existing dog crate that she normally is in, so it just she's quite comfortable in there. And then I just added some structure here that I can put the latch onto. Measured that out. Remaining space became the dog crate door size. So here are the framing for the dog crate, and I ground all the paint off them, and because I'll paint this up into a nice color. The last one I just kind of clear coated, left it kind of rustic looking, but this trailer's just got a different decor, and I don't think that'll look good, so that's what we're doing there. And if you didn't watch the previous video on building a dog kennel in the trailer, this is the steel mesh that I picked up at a steel supplier that I will be putting in here. And so on to welding tomorrow, because it's near the end of the day.
Another thing that some people might wonder about, you buy a new RV, this is solid. You lift up the bed to access stuff. I have always, every trailer, opened this up. It doesn't matter if it's a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. Depending where it's located, in this, it's a good place to put shoes, it's a good place to throw duffel bags, whatever. This trailer, it's right by the entry door. So it's an awesome place for shoes. And then farther back, we can put some, I don't know, duffel bags, whatever we want to put in there. So that's why I do that. One little finishing touch I did on the, where the control panel was when it was mounted here. There was a big hole right here and a couple screw holes from where it was mounted. So I was fortunate. I had some matching paneling from this thing, and so I just measured this precisely, cut it with a razor knife, and just pushed it in here. That's not glued, not nothing. It just friction fit. So and it looks like factory. And speaking of matching paneling, I have enough that on the sides of the bed for that piece right here, I can cover that with matching paneling. So it's going to look pretty good. It's going to look like, other than where you put the boots and the dog, it's going to look like factory. One suggestion, if you're doing a project like this and you don't get lucky and have matching paneling, always had good luck going to Windsor Plywood. In Canada, that's a chain, and they've got a really good plywood or paneling selection. So I can usually find something that looks pretty good in a trailer. So it's a good place to go. So just a tip on that. And I was just, as I'm standing here looking at where Rosie's crate's gonna go, hopefully I got enough paneling to put some on the side there. Otherwise you're gonna see the plywood for that as well on the side. So let's try and make that look pretty. I guess we'll know by the end of this video.
So I've got the dog crate started. Got these two sections here put together with pocket hole screws, pocket hole screw in there. Used the bracket there because we're dealing with thin lumber, and bracket here because it was just, I've got this notch in here, so I wasn't able to do a pocket hole. Didn't think about that till I saw that it drilled right through. I'll put another bracket down there. Right now I am just going to be fitting the door, which is built and painted. It's built out of 3/4 inch square tube, and the grate that I've picked up at the metal supply. So yeah, I'll get that in place and then get the last pieces in, get her finished.
Well, the bed base is mostly done and the dog crate is done. So let's take a look at it. So as you can see, I managed to get the paneling put in, matching paneling there and there. Also piece around there. And then all this wood obviously is stained, and I finished it with a product called Odie's Oil. It just makes a really nice finish, and it's easy to work with, and it's non-toxic. So for some reason the dog in there starts licking the walls, which I've never seen her do. Won't be a problem. And yeah, it's just works like it's supposed to. So the only thing I've got to do with the bed base, I'm going to put the perimeter on it, but I've got a pretty big gap in here, and as I mentioned earlier, it's a 3/8 inch board, so it's going to need some support and some strength. So we'll get putting that board together and get a hinge and put it on there, and then we can say that this part is done. Just putting the bed base together, and so I've got these moldings around the outside just so you don't have a plywood edge, and gonna look a little better. It's gonna make it stronger too, because this is 1 inch thick, and once we got it all attached, we sand these corners so that nice and rounded. So if you, because sooner or later you're gonna bang into it, so don't want it to hurt. And per usual, if it's wood, we're putting glue on it. This ain't how they build RVs in Indiana. Yep, more let glue dry. This is the backer board for the full length hinge. We're looking at the underside of the mattress support. And one thing I should say is, yeah, I made the comment about Indiana not using glue. If they took the time to build things the way I'm building things, you couldn't afford their trailers. So I do it because it's the right way to do it, and that's how I want to do it. For the bed, I went to go get a piano hinge, and I went to a couple different places, and find a right piano hinge was harder than I thought. And found one that was too long, and but you can always cut them off. Found an 1.5 inch wide and 2 inches wide. Okay, I'll take the wider one because I want the holes as wide apart as possible. But when I held the 2 inch up against the 1.5, the holes were the same distance apart here. This hinge size was the same size. The only difference was you had more metal from the edge of the hole to out here. Well, that doesn't do me any good. And I want the holes as wide as possible so it's not right on the edge of the wood. So here I am drilling holes. Okay, the bed base is done. Here we go. Look at that. Nice and light. Wobbles a bit. With the mattress on it, firm as heck. And yeah, pretty happy with it. So now just get the right mattress. Hey, thanks for watching my video on installing the queen bed in the Sonic and the dog crate below. We will see you in the next one.